Okay, I decided to make a little video here on the engine mount replacement. My e53 BMW X5. Mine's an 03 with a 3-liter. What happened is I heard very faint rod knock one day when I was driving the car. This was about a year and a half ago. Thought it was rod knock, sounded exactly like it. And I was away from home quite a ways, so I thought, I'll just keep driving it. If it starts to get louder, I'll shut the engine down before it throws a rod. But it stayed about the same noise level. So after driving another 50 or 60 miles, I realized it wasn't a rod knock. Anyway, I had trouble figuring out exactly what it was. It took a while, but anyway, it was the motor mounts. So I bought the cheap motor mounts and stuck them in, and it was like one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. So I couldn't find anything on YouTube about how to do it. So about 6 months after I replaced them, same thing, the noise started up again. So it was probably because I had cheap motor mounts. So just a couple of days ago, I bought good BMW original equipment motor mounts and stuck them in. This time I spent some time trying to figure out how to do it right. So if anybody wants to change their motor mounts, maybe these tips can help you out. What I did was I took the liner off of this driver's side. Took the wheel off so I could get better access this time. Of course, it's on jack stands. And I also removed the shroud and the fan so I can get the engine jacked up higher this time. I didn't do it the first time. That's an easy job. And also something I did different is I got this E20 socket for these subframe bolts. There's one here, and there's one here, and one there. With the wheel off, if you loosen these bolts, the subframe, you can pry it down. I pried it down maybe 3/4 of an inch. That made all the difference in the world to be able to get that engine mount out and the new one in. With the wheel off, the weight on the subframe and the prying here got the subframe separated further. So I had to maximize that by taking the bolts out and prying it. And I had to maximize the engine height by removing the fan and shroud. And getting the jack under the side of the engine. So that pretty much describes it. It was way easier, and you wouldn't have to take the liner off if you didn't want to. I just wanted to get a better look at it and try to figure out what I was doing. But you would have to get the weight, of course, off of this wheel to allow the subframe to come down, and the other side as well. So that's the driver's side. That's the hardest side. On the drinker's side, I can't see it right now, but the bracket that attaches to the engine that sits on top of the mount has 4 bolts. You can loosen the top one slightly, about 1/2 of an inch maybe. And the bottom ones, you loosen them quite a bit, maybe take them out. And when you jack the engine up, it will allow you to also move that bracket up, because otherwise there's not enough room to make it easy. And that's just a simple explanation. Anyway, if I were you, I would spend the money on the original equipment, engine mounts. Make your life a whole lot easier. Talk to you later.